For nearly 50 years, the U.S.
A great journalist can tell you a story in a way that you'll never forget. In your films, I never felt like it was an assignment. It feels like each one is a mission. You want to get a story across, which is what drives a journalist.
Most films in the area of marketing and business are done very, very poorly. And the stories of corporations these days have to incorporate the authenticity of the company.
How you doing, buddy?
And for that, you need a very, very special filmmaker. You need a filmmaker who's sort of a cross between a journalist and a great director.
Can you just briefly pretend it's alive and you're talking to it?
I use you for everything.
David Lewis is both a journalist, a hardcore journalist, and a great director.
He ran right by my car and blood was just shooting out of his body. That guy shot him and he fell dead right before my face.
Seemingly from out of nowhere came an unlikely savior, an Atlanta philanthropist named Tom Cousins. Cousins created the Eastlake Foundation, one of the most audacious redevelopment plans ever conceived. In 1995, just 5% of neighborhood fifth graders met state math standards. Today, it's 78%.
When I saw what he'd done at Eastlake, he had an easy sale with me.
This was Eastlake 10 years ago, and this is Eastlake today.
This was a pretty hellish place.
Pretty
And now?
is heaven.
I probably in my life have seen hundreds of fundraising films. For it to be a fundraising film that I actually chose to watch a second time is extraordinary.
It's diverse. See, white person, black person.
Most films in this genre are eminently forgettable, and yours are not.
Hey, Bill O'Reilly here, and what can I say about David Lewis that isn't slanderous? Not much. I mean, the man is a far-left loon. We all know it.
You're over Afghanistan, correct?
He helped me in my career very much. I hate to say it, but it's true.
How you doing?
I've seen a lot of corporate videos in my life. I've seen a lot of testimonials. I've seen a lot of really good capital campaign videos. None of them compares to what David Lewis puts together. None of them.
I'm gonna start crying. I'm gonna talk.
I'm the oldest of 6 kids. In 9th grade, we were taken away and placed in foster care due to neglect.
David gets inside the heads of the people he's filming.
There is no lights, no electricity, no water.
He draws an emotion out.
I thought that like once I got in 9th grade that would have been the end of that. I end up in jail or something like that.
Emotion is what causes people to behave in one way or another.
You're a good boy. They could kill you and eat you, but they choose not to because they trust you and love you.
It's what causes them to reach for their wallets and give money to a nonprofit. It's what causes them to buy something.
I love you. I love you.
IDI historical film, Greg Gregory interview, take 2.
You know, you want to spend money where you're going to get a result and get some impact.
My name is Greg Gregory.
We were planning Greg's retirement. We wanted to give him a big send-off, and part of it was we decided to do a video for Greg. A lot of times you go to those retirement events and they show the video and people continue to talk and drink, and in this instance, it captured the attention of everyone.
You're my hero, and I love you.
Half the crowd was in tears, the other half were laughing.
Dad, I want to thank you and everybody at IDI for all your hard work. Nobody appreciates it more than I do.
I thought it was great. It did exactly what we wanted it to do. We could have saved money and gone with a cheaper video and not gotten the results.
This is David's sweet spot. And we don't go to corporate advertising organizations to do this type of work because frankly, they don't put the passion, the heart, the time into it. This is a particular method of storytelling that's important and distinct in a genre of its own.
David is able to cross boundaries and really walk in other people's shoes and socks in a way that not very many people can.
I think this is one of the best fundraising films I've ever seen. Of course, I'm biased as president of Spelman College, but I think that the heart of Spelman is really captured in a way that really moves people. We had an audience full of donors and trustees, and there was so much excitement that one of our trustees stepped forward and said, "How much did that film cost?" and wrote a check to pay for it. So the video paid for itself the first night.
It's my choice, and I choose to change the world.
David Lewis captures the soul of the organization. If you can capture that on film, it's priceless.
The ROI on a film, I mean, what's the value of culture? What's the value of honesty? I mean, it's an infinite return, quite honestly. If the film serves the purpose in which it's intended, it's an infinite return.
I'm David Lewis. What I do is get people from all walks of life to tell me their stories. Whether it's for a company, or a nonprofit, or for TV, I get people to speak from the heart. I'm honored to do it. I love to do it.